Hey, check it.
Cheza na producer Mike testing 1 2 check. Atukua cinema. Good, whatever it is, the time, wherever you are, Upper Kenyan Sangapi, I don't care though. My name is Yasin and this is the Open Ground Podcast. I will be your host from now till I die. Okay, I don't know if I'll die. Maybe I'm immortal. What's Jua? I'm Nagani. So you can catch us on all social media platforms. That's YouTube. We're also on Rumble. It's not so common in Kenya, but tuko huko. What else? TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Twitter? Okay. So recently, I've been looking at the Kenyan education system, the new one, and you can CBC, and I'm like, okay. I don't know if we need it, but it is what it is right now. So tutafanya aje. So now, I think I should just check it out. So now, yeah. Alright. So, now this is the new breakdown, right? The 2663 Education Curriculum Framework. Now, okay, during our time to Fanya 844, which was not working. Everyone knew it wasn't working. Sorry to say. But Nikweli, it wasn't working. So, right now we have this new one, the 2663, where there's a breakdown here. We have early 5 years education. I don't know what they mean by this, but okay. So this is what the kids are going to school to do. We have language activities, mathematical activities, environmental activities, and what have you. I don't know what this is. Psychomotor and creative activities. Shit. Like all in all, the problem is now we are doing it for the sake of doing it. Everyone knows we are going to school because parents say we go to school. We don't go to school because we want to go to school. At some point, tulikuwa tunafika mahali tunasema fuck this thing, by the way, hata hatutaki kufanya. Lakini sasa you have to go because if you don't, now there are consequences. True or false? I know I'm right. I'm always right. Me ni mzito. But now the narrative all along imekuwa, now for you to make it in life, ever since here in Africa, okay, the whites brought us the education system. It's fine. They used to do it, like they're not doing it right now. But sisi tuna ignore. We are all about enda shule, soma vitabu, especially for the 844 curriculum, the one we used to do. Enda shule, soma vitabu, and then upate kazi ya kuzunguka kwa kiti kwa ofisi, and then you know, ununue nyumba, uoe, upate watoto wawili, boy na dem, na life will be good. Which has not been the case. Now, listen. Now, imagine a small kid anaenda shule. Now, we used to wake up at, what was the time we used to wake up? That was 5, right? If I'm not wrong. So, personally, I used to wake up at 5 when I was in primary school. So, unaamka asubuhi, you do all these things, go to school. Hata uoni mbele, wewe enda tu, kwani nini, the future is bright. Wewe unagiza tu sahi, but the future is bright. So now, we used to go do the 844 system. That was class 1 to 8. That was the primary education. Then we had the from 1 to 4, which most of the people went to boarding school. Lakini, I never thought it was right for us to go to school that early, because either way, kama mimi nilikuwa nalala tu asubuhi. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Lakini sasa, we had no choice. That is what we were forced to do. Because tuliambiwa kwanza narrative ilikuwa ukilala saa hii utaamka mapema in future. I never understand this. But now sasa tulikuwa wadogo, there's nothing you could do about it. So ilikuwa ukilala saa hii utaamka in mapema in future, sijui. Now though it was as easy as this: you have fun now, face the consequences in future. Maybe ukue getman ama nini. Anyway, getman ulala, so who cares, man? So venye tume grow up now hapa nje, bado bado we are facing, because now bado hata hatupendi kwenda job. Naye anataka kwenda job, hakuna mtu anataka kwenda job. We want the easy money. Now that's the problem with our generation right now. We want it now, and we want it as fast as possible. Some people get it that way, lakini si kila mtu ataipata hivyo. So now let's take a look at this, man. Let's take a look at this. The first 5 years they have to do languages, they have to do mathematics, they have to do environmental activities. And remember, people who brought us these education systems are not even doing them. Right now in the States, maybe in Europe, they are doing what they feel is right for them. And this is so useless right now. Okay, something close to useless, because say tuko na ChatGPT, we have the AIs. Most Kenyans don't even know about the AIs. I've been walking around trying to ask people what they think about it. Watu wengi sana hawajui. They have no clue, man. And it is the future. It is what's holding our future right now. The casual labor jobs are no longer working, because now kuna robots doing the thing. But we are still going to school to do all these things. Now, funny enough, we all know this. It's been experimented. After school, tukitoka huku nje now, you don't need all this. You don't need all this. You still have to go learn about the internet, learn how to use a computer. Now, if you don't know how to use a computer huku nje tena, you can't survive. That's the reality of things. And there's nothing you can do about it. Lakini bado tumestick kwa hii narrative ya enda shule, sijui maliza, graduate, tukuvalisha zile mawaza kushine. Alafu now after hiyo, now you start tamaking out here. Tunakutana na wewe streets. Come on. Haiwezi. This is not acceptable. But now nobody is ready to take on the conversation, because now if we cancel this, now what are we doing? Apparently, if we do something that's constructive, it turns out to be expensive, and the government can't take it. I don't know what you're doing. It's just a funny scenario. Lakini sasa, we have to talk about it anyway. We have to talk about it anyway, because after high school now, for example, sisi sasa watu wenye tuko hapa sahi, after high school, what happened? We all have the same narrative. After high school, tulikuwa tunakuja campus. Now remember, in the rural areas kuna makazi za maana na kazi hazi make sense. You understand? That's true. Kuna kazi hazi make sense. Now you had to do, maybe be a lawyer, a doctor. Hizi ndo makazi zenye tulikuwa tunaambiwa all along. Soma na bidii, right? Ukue daktari, ama ukue lawyer, ama ukue what else, pilot, which was everyone's dream. Alafu tukafika mahali tukarealize I can't do this. Nini ingine? What do we have? Nimesahau bana. Me, I wanted to be like everyone else, a pilot. Every boy wanted to be a pilot. So kulikuwa na the white collar jobs, let me say. Nimesahau hizo zingine. Ama ukikuwa uko deep inside, kukua mwalimu wewe ni hero. But now it's no longer the case. This is not where the money is. Everyone knows the money is out here on the streets. You just have to be smart enough to get it. Lakini if you don't, okay, hakuna mtu atakukriticize, but we should just try to do it. Now for our case, after high school, we used to come huku tukijua those were the only jobs to take. You go, mnaenda mnajaa, yuko hiyo class ya medicine ama whatever. Me, I didn't do it, me, I did business. So those were the only things we could do. Sasa shida ni you take it. It goes without saying, we know the drill. You take the course. After the course, They tell you now, do your diploma or whatever, you do your degree, and whatever comes after. Miss kufanya hizo. So you get out here, tena hakuna job. Sisi wote tunajua hakuna hiyo job. Unatoka huku nje, job gani? Hakuna job huku nje. You figure out a way. You did what the system wanted you to do, which is what they want you to do, and still are pushing people to do it. And our parents are so scared to experiment. Growing up, all our parents knew what we were good at. Lakini enda uambie utakuwa DJ. Utakuwa DJ wapi? Wewe kwani wewe ni nani? DJ. Wewe ushaona DJ akona mansion. Na hawajaiona batu wako. It is something that works. You do what you like. But now in Kenya, we don't do what we like. We do what the system wants us to do, and what our parents have been pressured to tell us to do. Because everyone is scared my son or daughter will end up like this, like that, and watu wengine watawawacha. You know, just the way we used to do in primary school. Walikuwa wanakuambia, the top guys now, teachers used to come in class and say, teachers used to come to class and say, unajua huyu akienda Alliance, wewe mwenye uko local school hamtakuwa mnaongea kitu. Boss, sawa tu walienda Alliance, we meet in campus, watu wanavuta tu bangi campus. Upate A, upate E, it is what it is. So long as you have the money to go to campus, it is what it is. Unaona? So it's a whole different ball game. It is a whole different ball game, because now let's do this. For example, in Nairobi, right? In Nairobi, we have how many universities do we have in this city? Ni mingi bana. Along Thika Road ziko kama 40, ni mingi. Everyone mwenye ako kwa hizo shule sasa anatarajia akitoka hapo ndani, now they'll have something to do. Watakuwa they'll be wanted everywhere, which is not the case. Bro, hakuna mtu atakuita anywhere. Enda ujaribu you try me. Mnaona nawaambia uongo. Try this. There's nothing of the sort, man. Na it's heartbreaking kwa sababu tumeka hopes zetu hapo. Everyone feels like this is going to be the deal, which will not be. Haitakuwa, by the way. Haitakuwa. Furthermore, upper campuses, it's not about education anymore. It's not about education kwa sababu I wish our parents wangekuja huku Nairobi tu for one weekend. Ole vitu zinaendelea shule. Boss, it's not about it. It's not about education anymore. Kwa sababu now bro, I just wish our parents could see it, because where uliambiwa after high school you have to go to campus, right? Everyone is always sucked up to come to campus. Why? Hatukwangi sucked up to come to campus kwa sababu tuliambiwa the courses are cool nini. Tunakwanga ever since tuingie high school and you meet someone who is in campus anakwambia campus kuna freedom. We come to campus because of the freedom. Kila mtu anataka ku run away from their parents. That is why we are in campus, or rather why we came to campus, because of the freedom. It's not because of the education. Tulikuja huku sherehe, and it's evident. Naambia, if our parents came to the city for just tuseme Friday hadi Sunday, alafu wakae mahali tu waseme ndio ule mtoi wako hebu mwanga unatumia kila kitu bana, unavuta everything, unakunywa kila kitu, inabamba, it's fine, we make friends. At some point they get to help, because sasa you get to make new connections. We get to link up with people we thought we'd never meet, which is cool. Lakini pia the misbehavior is not a part of manze. Hatuna let me just say it's fine, it's fine. Sasa hakuna kitu tunaweza fanya, but just know it is the wrong thing we are doing. Manze, hii story ya kwenda shule, the system, the whatever it is right now, inaitwa nini? The two what? Inaitwa the 2663 system, whatever the new one is. I think this is the one yenye introduce CBC, right? So wacha tu tufanye, but I promise you my kids will not be doing this. Wacha to find a way, wacha to take the risks. Unajua sisi Africans, we never take the risks. We do not take the risks sababu we all fear. Sisi wote tuna live in fear, and hiyo ndo kitu imefanya there's nothing yenye tunafanya yenye ni yetu. We don't do anything that belongs to us. We tend to imitate what's going on in the West. Everyone can agree on that one. Hakuna kitu tunafanya ni originally made in Kenya. Acha tutumie Kenya because I don't know about any other country. Hakuna kitu yenye tunafanya yenye ni originally made in Kenya. From how we go to school, from how we party, from how we live our lives, everything. Hakuna yenye ni ati it's Kenyan made. It's never Kenyan made, man. Hakuna. Unfortunately, it's not. So wala venye kitu inasema the vision of the basic education curriculum reform is to enable every Kenyan to become an engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. How do you mean engaged, empowered? This will be achieved by providing every Kenyan learner with world-class standards in the skills and knowledge that they deserve. How do we know these are the skills and knowledge that they deserve? How? And which they need in order to thrive in the 21st century. Bro, what we need in the 21st century is being aware. Atuko aware, tuko true in our world. And you need to know about the internet. If you don't know about kila kitu iko kwa internet, everything you go to school to do is on the internet. We don't even need to be in classes. We don't even need to be in classes. I think all of us have seen what's going on in China, where kids are being taught to manze ato hiyo wanawekwa through what they need to know, what is going to shape their future. Sisi hapa ndo watu tunasema hii education system ndio inaenda kutufanya to thrive in the 21st century. How? This shall be accomplished through the provision of excellent teaching, school environments and resources, and a sustainable educational curriculum that provides every learner with seamless competency-based high-quality learning and values every year. So unaona, the basic education curriculum framework, vision and mission are supported by three important pillars: values, theoretical approaches, and guiding principles. It's always about the principles. It's always about the principles. Now you try do your thing outside the principles. Do you think the richest people ever went through this system and they're like loyal at the okay, if maybe you knew someone, yeah, because Kenyan connections, you all know it. Come on, hiyo makaratasi zako, after you come out with straight A's, you come out with a PhD or whatever, you still have to know someone. There's nothing you can do in this country without knowing someone. Any story. And now how it affects us, because now making money becomes a problem. I'm saying this because I'm in the bracket right now. I'm in the struggle. I think what we need to know, this is just what you need to do. When you leave school, fine, you've been taken through it. There's nothing, you can't run away from it. You've been taken through it. So now you're out. What's next? Because ka ujui mtu, then you're not going to get anything to do. And it's so demanding. Life is so demanding right now. For example, kama sisi boys, life is so demanding manze. In Nairobi hata ukisota manze, you have nothing, hata madema hataki mambo yako. So what do you do now? Because we have to ask. We have to ask, because now who is running the show? Who is running the show currently? The youth are not running the show. Sisi tuko kwa sidelines, tunaangalia. We are looking at everything from the sidelines. Now who's running the show? You guessed right. It's the old guys still. But wali go through the system, walisoma wakapata white collar jobs na wamekatalia kwa white collar jobs. Now sasa white collar gani? We have to find ways to make money, and you still ask why crime is on a high in Kenya. Goes without saying. Hii conversation imekuwa hard every single where. Then tunatoka huku nje, we are like, oh the government, oh the government, oh the government. The government has nothing to do with it. There's a moment I asked my we were having a conversation with some of my friends, and we were like, so kwa nini hapa Kenya political rallies ziuja? Whenever anyone goes anywhere, whoever the politician is, aende hata wapi, hiyo place itaja. Why? Oh, these guys are idle. Oh, serikali peane kazi. Bro, the government has no jobs to give to you. Iko na jobs, yeah, but not for you. Kuna watu wako specified. Hao watu wanajuana. You're not one of them. That's the problem. Shida tu ni you're not in the box. Your box inaenda kufunguliwa hivi, bell mpya itolewe, wewe uko hapo. That's the problem now. So, why? Kwa nini political rallies zinaja? Simply because harsh reality. If everyone is offered this job now, who is going to go to the political rallies? Hakuna. Because everyone will be busy, and they are smart enough to know. They are smart enough to know. Lazima kukue, life iko hivyo, kuna hierarchy. Lazima kukue na watu wenye wanatokea political rally, kuna huyo politician, kuna the bigger boss to the politician. So lazima kukue na hiyo hierarchy. Sio hatuwezi kuwa na job, so nani anaenda political rally? Hakuna. There's no way that can happen. So it's up to you. Usi hapa nje, don't talk about the government. The government does not care, man. Doesn't even know you exist. Okay, it knows you exist, lakini they don't care still. They do not care still. A while ago I was listening to some interview by the president, and he was like, we are at around 9 trillion. Kenyan debt is at around 9 trillion. Sasa watafocus kwa kulipa deni ama kukutafutia we kazi. There are no jobs, man. We have to risk. Now, okay, problem with the Kenyan youth ni hatutaki ku risk. We don't want to risk. Who's ready to go outside and use their own cash and gamble? Hakuna mtu ako ready ku gamble, set up, maybe for example, hakuna mtu ako ready to go out, set up a business, risk it all without knowing if it pay. And that's where watu wenye wako abroad wanatupiga, kwa sababu now they do it regardless of the outcome. They still have to try. Sisi hatutaki ku try. Sisi tunataka to find something yenye ni sahi, we put it into space, na tunataka kuona fruits sahi. Everyone keeps telling us that, lakini si ulenga tu, because now sisi ni hii generation inaitwa nini, whatever it's called, yeah, we want things to happen instantly. Sisi tuko hapo, which is damaging us. Lakini sasa sijui mbona we never listen. We never listen. It is us to build ourselves, because at some point unajua watu wenye wana run shows, they can't be there forever. They cannot be there forever. Kuna time yenye they'll have to leave. Then what next? Because seemingly, if they leave now, very few people are ready to take up the chance. Harsh reality. Very few people are ready to take up the chance. Si kila mtu ako ready to take up the chance. Sisi bado tuko, the government, tunataka, please help, sijui tufanyie nini, do this, do that. Bro, it is tough to take your own route, lakini it is the only way. Right now hata okay, sijasema hata starting a business is easy. I am doing it, lakini sasa there are so many obstacles. But then again, hakuna kitu rahisi. There's nothing that's going to come on a silver platter. Sai before even you start the business, kuna taxes zenye unalipa left, right, center, and these people don't care. This is why I'm telling you the government doesn't care. It's all about business. How so long as they get what they need. It's not about you. It's not about you. Figure that out early enough. See about so hii mambo ya sisi now the young out here trying to say the government, bro. You have to know the government is made up of individual people, and these individual people, as we all know, they get into these spaces to make themselves better. They don't get in there for you. We shauri yako bana, you work your way up the ranks, lakini don't depend on these people. Do not do it, because hey, sijui kama mnanipata. If you're listening, better believe what I say, because hivi ndo iko. Hatutaki ku have sisi bado tunataka kucheza the blame game. Sasa tunataka they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Lakini unajua they have hata wame master the art. Wanajua tu hawa watu wata complain, will say whatever we want to say, and then after it all watanyamaza tu. Sasa kwani who ends up jobless? You. Who ends up still in the job that you want? The other guy who is way older, but now he got it because he knew someone. You know nobody. Keep suffering. Aina huruma, hivyo ndo iko. You want to cry, cry. Lakini sasa hivyo ndo iko. They are here to build themselves. They are not here to build you. You build yourself. Struggle. Sisi hatutaki kustruggle, tunataka the easy way. Kwa sababu gani? Tuko social media. So Instagram kila mtu ni mdosi. We nani si Instagram anasuffer? Nobody is suffering. Hata mimi Instagram I'm not suffering, lakini in real life hivyo ndo iko. So tunapata pressure from social media. We all know this is not the way this guy is living, lakini kwa sababu pia mimi nataka kukua kwa map, pressure is on you. Why do you have to? Does it inakuongezea nini ama inakupunguzia nini if you just become real and stay away from this? Madem wote social media ni warembo bana. Okay, si wote, acha tuseme tu. Okay, because for the purposes of examples, madem wote social media ni warembo. Every single guy on social media is not suffering. Hakuna mtu akona shida rent social media. Hakuna mtu akona Instagram. Nani ushaona mtu amepost rent arrears wapi? Hakuna. But everyone posts wakikuwa diani. Everyone posts when they have some nice lunch. Akikuwa na madem, we tukose vipi kujua? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah? What do you mean? So unfortunately, hivyo ndo tunaishi manze. Satutabu. That is how it goes. There is no mercy, man. As I said, when we master the drill, you complain, we will have what to say to you in form of excuses. Alafu let's see what happens. Nothing ever happens. Sisi bado tu ndo urudi hapo. Na ifurahishi by the way, because sasa me, there is nothing I gain from seeing my fellow youth having issues with their lives. Ati we can't do any better. Nani sisi yote, I'm not saying that I'm doing well off, lakini we are all struggling. But now if we have to get better, now we have to talk to each other. Problem is sijui nani anasikia. If you don't do it, then we all suffer. There is a point in time where we will be in charge of ourselves. Hakuna mtu atakuwa ana run show yetu, ni sisi tu. So what do we do from here? I'm not saying you drop out of school, but trust you me, at some point for most of the population in campuses right now, it's time wastage. Tuseme tu kweli, it's time wastage. What are you good at? Kuna watu hata hawajafigure out what you're good at. What are you good at? And it goes without saying, biggest population of people wenye wana earn hapa nje saa hii, they are not doing what they went to school to do. Watu walifanya medicine, wanauza vitu tao. Watu walifanya law, ni dog trainers. Wasanii, how many celebrities do you know out here wenye wanajua wako na degrees, but they are making a huge living, manze, from entertainment industry. It's not what they went to school to do. That is not what they went to school to do. Lakini sasa they had the guts to try what they are good at. Sisi watu wanajua what they are good at, lakini they are not ready to try. Why? Because tunaogopa. Manze, nikiingia kwa hii kitu, so nitaweza kweli? Bro, you don't have to know nothing to start. We anza tu, enda kufia huko mbele. Better half a loaf than none. Enda tu, usikuje hapa nje ati the government. Government doesn't care, man. It is all about individuals. The richest people hapa wako in government. Ask yourself why. It's all about themselves, see about wewe. Wewe do your thing, wewe jieke kwa map. We don't care how, so long as wewe tukuone tu kwa map. Usikuwa na pressure social media. Hiyo ndio shida yetu sasa. We want to get rich when young without doing nothing. That's our problem. Alafu we end up blaming the government. Government this, government that. So haya, sawa. Si wewe wa kwanza kusema government this. Wewe si wewe wa mwisho. People watu bado wako shule watatoka nje wakisema government this, government that. What's the difference you're going to make? Seemingly nothing. And let me show you. When I say the government, did you guys see there's an article about this guy Aliko Dangote, the richest guy in Africa right now? If you don't know him, I think he's worth 18 point something billion dollars, right? Let me show you what I mean when I say the government doesn't really care. This was, I think, back in 2019 or 18, if I'm not sure, if I'm not wrong. You guys take a look at this. Now this is the guy. Why Dangote dropped plans to invest in Kenya. Listen to what he has to say. I didn't expect Kenya will be corrupt than Nigeria. Now Nigeria is one of the highest ranked corrupt countries in the world right now, or rather, during this period, the guy is worth 19.2 billion, bro. Okay, so he had a conversation with Jeff Koinange. So Jeff Koinange brought this up when he was still at Hot. No, he's still at Hot 96. There is a day he brought up this conversation. Okay, so listen to what this guy. So this guy was to build a mega cement factory here in Kenya, where apparently a bag of cement. He's in charge of he's the head of the Dangote cement industries. So he was to build a mega cement factory here in Kenya, where apparently a bag of cement would be going for 250 bobs. Bro, just think about that. Say tungekuwa happy with a bag of cement of that would cost us 250 bobs. Tungekuwa happy, you guy, my guy. That's a win-win. 200 and bro, kila mtu angekuwa na hawa yake. Sijui kama na get kitu nasema. Kila mtu angekuwa na hawa yake. This guy was to save our infrastructure. Lakini now listen to what made him not do this. According to a celebrated journalist, this is the part. Dangote informed him that corrupt government officials frustrated his plan to set up a farm in Kenya as they demanded kickbacks. Si ati ni legal taxes, kickbacks zile za for you to do this lazima utupatie kitu fulani, twende tuongee na watu fulani, ndo watu fulani wengine wa approve hii maneno. These are not legal, hizi ni kickbacks. This is what Koinange asked him, when are you coming back to Kenya? And he said, Jeff, there are people in that place, so place being Kenya, who put greed and personal interest ahead of national interest. I don't think Kenya will be, I didn't think Kenya will be more corrupt than Nigerians. Hata yeye mwenyewe alishangaa, what's happening? What's happening? Hapa ndo nawaambia, it's not about you, it's about the individuals who are in power right now. It's not about you. What do you mean? Imagine, this was to help the whole country. Lakini kwa sababu mtu hakupewa kitu, then this is not happen. Kama hajatupatia handout, we ruka nje boss. Enda jenga vitu yako huko. So it's not about you, it's about them. It's about them. And ina to affect across the board. Man. Ona hizi countries zote manze zenye zime benefit from this guy. Hata Tanzania. Come on. Then kuna sisi hapo tungekuwa kwa cement, but kwani ni kesho? Hakutoa kitu bwana. Lazima utoe kitu. I don't know, man. So start thinking about yourself. Hii imeenda. It is what it is. itabidi tu kwa sababu sasa especially for the guys guys manze, especially for you, jikakamue bana, do whatever you have to do because for now sisi tuna face double challenge, because now it's not all about hata ati the growth right now. Kuna women empowerment hapo, kuna nini, so for example right now if you apply for a job 6 guys and 2 women, high chances are the women will get the job, not you. Why? Because kuna the women empowerment and what have you. High chances are hautapata hiyo job, so you just figure out a plan because you're on your own, man. Ushaiona happy boy child empowerment, hiyo ni yako, especially for the guys. And ndo nakwambia hiki kitu inatu affect across the board kwa sababu now maze tuna face a very difficult time, and there's nothing to do about it. Even though the world doesn't care, if you, especially if you are a guy, let me tell you right now, the world doesn't care about you. You just care about yourself. Hakuna mtu anakam kukusave. It's so tough kwa hii economy na this era. It's so tough being a guy. It is so tough. I know most people are not going to agree, especially the ladies, but sasa atufanye nini? Even though it's so tough to be, na hakuna mtu anasikiza your complaints. First of all, nobody cares about your issues anymore. We just figure out a way. Everyone starts with you, you get dropped along the way. They go with the guys that matter, with which are the ladies right now. So we've seen the conversation, but now kila mtu ako afraid of it, because now if you start the conversation watakukujia. But sasa, and the same ladies are picky, by the way. So you figure out a way to make yourself better, because if you don't make yourself better, hauko kwa line ya picking. When they come to pick guys for themselves, where hauko? Why? Because sasa what do you have to offer? There's nothing you have to offer. What do you have to offer? Nothing. Nothing. And biologically, we all know. So, topic may shift, but it is what it is. Biologically, this lady's only dates level or higher up the ranks. Okay? So, as much as wanakuwa empowered and getting all these positions, we figure out a way ya keep up, kwa sababu if you earn less than what they do, then hauko kwa bracket. And when they come to select, hauko kwa bracket. Why? Mbona achukue mtu mwenye atamfanya struggle? No way. It happen. Socio-economic status lazima ikuwe upper level or high up the ranks. Hauwezi kuwa boss unless uko na mama. Well, by now we all know it is what it is. Hakuna kitu ina happen hapo. One is in for the money, one is in for entertainment, and the other way around. If it's baba, whatever. But topic hapa ni figure out a way to make yourself better for you to be even looked at by these ladies, kwa sababu now we lose focus. Si yote tunaingia campus for the freedom, tunaingia, unaona venye zina link, tunaingia campus for the freedom. What are guys looking for? They are looking for the ladies, and the ladies are looking for better guys, not just guys, because unajua si guys we just pick kwa sababu at that age in campus, okay, kwa mostly tuna join campus at the ages of 18 ama 18 to 20 whatever. Boss hapo as a guy hauna kitu, uko na nini? There's nothing you have to offer. bado unategemea pesa za mzazi. There's nothing you have to offer. So hauko in a position to choose ati nataka ule unless you had everything offered to you on a silver platter. Lakini kama wewe tu ni a guy like another, hey boss, you have to struggle. So tunaingia, it's all about the ladies. Tuna lose your focus, and there's nothing we have to offer at the end of it all. Bado tu hata end up na wewe. So stop this nonsense, because I have to focus on making our lives better. We have to offer at the end to make your fill up your pocket. Hakuna mtu ako ready to fill up their pocket, lakini tuko ready to dress up. Utafute do, ununue designer, uende what for? Then unarudi kwa house Sunday una kitu. This is up. Hata mimi nimepass through it, lakini sasa I can't keep quiet about it kwa sababu kuna watu wanakuja afterwards. Do not make this mistake. Usifocus on pleasing women. Kama if you are a guy, if you want to listen, usifocus on pleasing women kama wewe mwenyewe hauna kitu. Focus on making yourself better. We grind, they will come. We grind. What the hell? Because they will always be picky. Kukua picky nayo atakuwa picky. That is their nature. Fine. Na kama if you're not striving to make yourself better, they'll always choose the better one. If you're not the better one, then sorry for you. Lakini if you have something to offer, wataiona. They always have a way to figure out huyo ako sawa, huyo hayuko sawa, huyo akwende, huyo this is the guy to be with. They know. Lakini wewe bado una try to play the stupid games. You want to be the hero without nothing to offer. Haita happen. Videos kapi tunaona hapo watu analia, bro, don't cry. You are just not the right guy. Wewe hauna kitu ya kuoffer. Someone else offered something. Unfortunately, that guy wasn't you. Don't cry about it. Sasa tufanye. That makes sense. Najua inachoma, lakini sasa tufanye nini? There's nothing we can do, man. There's nothing we can do. Na usijidanganye hapa ati the ladies, bro, remember ati these ladies ati ndapata mtu atanikubali vile niko. Bro, hakuna mtu anataka kukubali vile uko. We are supposed to accept the ladies the way they are. Apparently it's delusional, but that is how it is. They will not accept you the way they are. Even if they do, haita take long. You won't have it right. Haiwezekani. You just make yourself better, bro. Make sure you earn more than she does if you really want to have someone that cares. Otherwise, utakuwa puppet. You will be. Hakuna option. There is no option. Put yourself on the map. Hiyo tu ndo kitu mimi naweza sema. Put yourself on the map. Because if you don't, there are consequences. Now, there are not cool consequences. I mean, guys are suffering the consequences silently. But is it worth it? It's not worth it. Why? Because you chose to take the wrong route. It's worth it. Everything comes at a price. Everything comes at a price. If you are in campus right now and you know what you need to, what you want to do doesn't need you to be in campus, then what are you doing in school? Okay, guys will tell me, oh, inciting people to drop out, sawa. But logically, if we have this conversation too honestly, if you are in school, right, na kitu unataka kufanya doesn't need you to be there, what are you doing there? Kama unataka kukuwa engineer ama nini, sawa, those are compulsory for you to be in school, fine, then you stay there and do it. But for the guys who want to do something creative, to do with arts, to do with entertainment, what are you doing in school? What are you doing in school? Because chances are, as we see, uta end up kumaliza, then you'll end up doing what you still like, na itakuwa concurrent na kitu umefanya shule. We all know that's going to happen. So tuache, it has come a time whereby we need to stop listening to the guys, the old which are our parents, our whoever, the older guys who keep telling us what to do. And we all know where the future lies. The future lies on these screens. Future yetu yote iko kwa the internet. Na si uongo. That is all we need to do. And if we don't have the conversation, then where are we headed? You tell me. Personally, me, I'm trying to figure out the best thing to do for myself. Whatever I'm doing right now is, I'm taking the risk, yeah, but now I have to do it. Nimechukua na roho moja, nimesema now, if I sit in my comfort zone, then nothing is going to be better. What do we need to do to make it better? We have to take the risk. Hakuna njia fupi, there's no shortcut. We have to take the risk. We have to. The education system has been put in place to Apple. Okay, kids have to be somewhere. Kama hiyo education system haiko hapo, then kila mtu angekuwa huku nje, tungekuwa tumejaa. Hatutaki kuja. Hata sisi tunafurahia shule zikifunguliwa, always out here, watoto waende shule bana, walikuwa wamejaa hapa. Yeah, kids have to be somewhere. Okay, but now utaweka your kids kwa the bigger bracket, pia wakwe somewhere ama, because evidently what they are learning in school is even important. They don't even use it. It's basic. Okay, let's say the early education system is important up until high school. From high school, what happens? I've been looking at a podcast here a couple of days ago. Historia, kuna wazee wako around 60 years old plus, and they feel like, okay, the only way to get educated is by going back to school. Wapata mtu ni mzee na ako class 2, 3, 4. Is it really necessary? By the time amalize shule yako how old? It doesn't make sense. Stop this nonsense. Come on. Education iko hapa on the internet. You don't need to go back to class to do this. Such an embarrassment. Umekaa hapo na watu wao wanakufunza this is a cup. This is what? You all know you know all these things. Unafanya nini hapo? Na kila mtu kwa comments, manze, this is so cool. Nini, education is the key. Hapo hakuna education is the key. Shida yetu ni tunadanganyana, manze. All for the sake of making someone feel ako in place. Bro, you're not in place. Come on. Everything is in the internet. Sai kuna chat GPT, unaipea script inakufanyia kila kitu. It does everything for you. Yet watu tumekaa class, tunajaribu kufanya kitu chat GPT tayari inadu. It's doing it already, but tunaambiwa you just go to school, just sit there, just learn how to do it, then we'll see what to do with you. There's nothing that's going to happen with you, bro. ChatGPT tayari inafanya kenye unasoma, and many more to come. Stay tuned. Bado kuna vitu zinakuja zenye hakuna mtu atakuwa. Guys are trying their best to minimize on costs. Wewe ndio cost, they're trying to minimize on you. So you either be on the slavery side, ama you decide to be on the better side. Tu sasa wana take out hizi my expenses. You decide unataka kukua wapi. We have to talk about it. Kuna watu wengi sana watafurahia, but we have to talk about it. If you feel like I'm trying to tell you to drop out of school and bad company, shauri yako. I'll say what I have to say still, because what are we doing? Tunafanya nini by the way? I could line up all my friends right now nikawauliza what did you do in school and what are you doing now. 1% of them watasema wanafanya kitu walienda shule kufanya. The parents at home know it, we know it, and we are still getting kids and forcing them into the same system that's not working. I mean, really. Why? Because hii system ilitoka wapi? Tuliletewa na colonialists, right? If I'm not wrong. Are they doing it? No. Are they following the same system? Z. All the footballers that are making enormous incomes, and all the racing drivers, all the MotoGP guys, watu wenye wana earn it through doing what they love. Unafikiria their parents walikuwa wanafikiria kama wazazi wetu? Ati wewe maliza shule kwanza then you pursue. Bro, everything takes time. Hakuna kitu inakuja kama option B. Ati ako na degree lakini ni mzito. Okay, fine. There are some spaces where it will work, lakini we will have to put in the effort. Sisi hatutaki to put in the effort. Sisi tunataka ikuwe ni bahati. Sisi tunataka tukue ni ikuwe alijaribu tu na ikawaka. It's time we stop this, man. Na sisi ndo tuna decide. Hakuna mtu anakuja ku decide on our behalf. Ni sisi ndo tuna decide. If we do it, fine. If we choose not to do it, consequences zinalai wapi? Ni sisi tu bado. Ni sisi tumeshindwa tukicomplain. The old guys this, old guys that, ndo wako kwa government. But still, if you are given a chance to change the way things work, bado tunachoma tu, we fuck things up anyway. Because now tumefika ile point ya hata tukiingia side ya politics, right? We reward mediocrity. Right now, for you to be someone in parliament, now you have the easiest way for the youth is be famous and then hop into politics. I'm not saying the famous guys who hopped into politics are not doing something. They might be the better guys for the job, lakini hiyo ndio imekuwa marking scheme. Kuwa celebrity, ingia kwa ballot, get into government, make yourself even richer, and the wheel rotates. Next lot comes in after 5 years. Bana ule alisha fashion, umecheki huyu alitrend for this and that, so tuna elect watu because wametrend. Really? Ama mindo fiat, mindo sijui kitu na do, but this is what we are doing. We're electing guys because wametrend. Mwenye ametrend kushinda mwingine ndo akona the upper hand. We kama hukutrend sana, shauri yako. So we leave out the guys that really matter, na tunaenda for the guys wenye tumejua through internet. Right or wrong? If I'm wrong, niambie. But I'm pretty sure this is how it happens. If we only started using our brains. Ngoja 4 years from now, same old shit. Same old shit. How do we fix it? Because right now sisi ndo the biggest population. In the past election you had like 7-8 million guys who didn't vote, right? Which turns out to be an alarming number. But why? Why? Then when someone is elected, hey, you know, the wrong guy, yet ulilala kwa hao. Now we want to make changes by doing nothing. Hii ndo kitu nimekuwa nasema hapa. We want to have it good without doing nothing. To ikuje tu. God blessed. Wame nilijaribu na imejipa. Bro. Hakuna there is no changing lives with luck. Hakuna luck, we have to put in the effort. If we start using, we need to start, we need to start using our brains as soon as now. Kwa sababu kila mtu ako comfort zone. Why? Because maybe it's in Kenya or it's in Africa. I don't know if it's an African problem. I think it is. Lakini kila mtu amekaa kwa comfort zone akisema wacha Mungu atusave. Really. Really. Imekuwa lecture bana. But sasa hivyo ndo vitu ziko. That is how everything is working out. Na mimi si wa kwanza kusema, everyone has been saying it, lakini seems like in a land in deaf ears. Lakini sasa we can't stop saying it because now sisi ndo tuna face the consequences. Blaming the government for everything that's happening. Kazi yao si kututafutia majob. We need, if we want to make ourselves better, lazima everyone puts in effort. Because hata hivyo, if you get the 9 to 5 job, bado tu hautaipenda. Watu wangapi tunakutana nao hapa nje, they don't even like the job. Hey manze, job inabo bana. Hey bana, after weekend Monday, fuck Monday. How about uanze kitu yako wewe mwenyewe and you have the independence of going to work whatever time you want to. Let's try that. Kwa nini? You just do it. Shida ni ukiambiwa hivyo, sina capital, sina nini, sijui about the, you don't have to know about the business. Start with what you have. If you can't start with what you have, then it's not worth starting. You have to start na hiyo yenye uko nayo. Well, at least that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it will pay off, lakini if I'm doing it, then I'll try to talk to as many people to find the same thing. Wacha tuungue sisi wote basi, but at least we tried. Hatukukaa tukisema the government should do this and that and this and that to make our lives better, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Bro, it's never going to happen. So tuache complain. Complaining will not solve nothing. You already have a new government, fine. Everything is running, fine. Whether you like it or not, even though you're not going to change a single shit until 2027 if you choose to. So get over it. Sawa, achaneni. Everyone is on the new leadership's neck. Wacheni wafanye Kenya wanafanya. Everything takes time. Everything is hard right now, not only in our country, everywhere. Now it's about the choices we make. What do we do to build ourselves? It starts with me, ina start na wewe, ina start na the guy next to you. If you na pia tuko na issue ya we want to make it, kila mtu anataka ku make it peke yake, be the hero in the group. Ushai think about what it will be like kama you make it as a whole squad? Wakenya tutaki hivyo. Tunataka kuwa the praised guy in the group. No one wants to push the other. Hakuna mtu anataka kuwekea mwingine ladder. Sisi wote tuna act like crabs in a bucket. Ukiona mtu ameenda tunamvuta chini. Wewe umsezi tuacha bana. Kani kutoka wote. Bro, there always has to be that guy who saves the party. Stop it, man. Tuinuane, that's one thing we really need to do. Sasa on the internet kila mtu ana trend venye anaweka pesa zake kwa kitanda. Everyone is out asking, wanatoa wapi? Hata mimi nauliza wanatoa wapi? But at the same time, to me it's not a question to ask. The question to ask is, how do we get here? It doesn't matter how they got it, because no one is going to tell you where they got it. That is how we are. Wewe utafanya nini you get to the same spot? What are we going to do? That's the question to ask. Inafai act kama motivation. Haifai kukua act kama wivu. Bana umse atasota tu. Atasota tu ba. Fine. Atasota tu. Lakini wewe umesota saa hii. Wewe unamwombea yeye asote in future, but now let's talk about saa hii right now. Wewe umesota saa hii. What are you doing to make it better? Food for thought, man. Food for thought. Kila mtu anatafutiana makosa. Penye huyu alitoa ni wapi? Pia tunataka kujua atupostie pia penye alitoa. How? Mse ni comedian, hawezi kuwa na hii pesa yote. Wewe unajua aje? Wewe unafanya wewe tuoneshe yako yenye unafanya inafaa kuletea pesa yote. Nothing you're doing. Sisi wote ni keyboard warriors. Hata kwa hii video kuna watu wako wa keyboard tu. Mzee bana, kwani anafikiria ni nani? Fine. What do you have to say about making things better? You think about it. At least mimi najaribu. Crucified or not, I don't care. Me, I'm out here doing my thing. I'm in my 20s and I'm trying to talk to my fellow 20-year-olds and below. Watu wenye washapita huko wako na families, not my business. Mimi naongelesha watu wenye wako hapa na watu wako nyuma yangu. We need to have these conversations and we need to make ourselves better. Tuache blame game, tuache the government, this government that they do not care, and I just show you that. Make yourself better. Stop focusing on things that don't matter. Kama una pesa acha madem. Tafuta hiyo pesa kwanza. Huwezi tafuta madem ndio utafute pesa. Hakuna mtu ashaanza kufanya kazi ndo akaenda shule. Uenda shule ndo ufanye kazi, if that is what you believe. Grind to make yourself richer. You can't get rich then start grinding. No. Ka una pesa acha madem. Focus on things that matter. Make sure you're fit and you will be picked from everyone else. Now if you don't want to listen now, that's your problem. Me, I'll be here. This is Open Ground Podcast. You can get us on Rumble, which is the next big thing. You can get us on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok at Open Ground Podcast. And to keep things rolling. This is how we do it. This is how we'll be doing it. Regardless of what people will say. Nitawaambia venye iko. We either move or we stand still and see what happens. You're just to make.
Hey, check it.